nudity, and it's free for life.
What if I get caught?
It's the 90s. It's hammer time.
Seinfeld on NBC Wednesday.
I'm talking about Harlan Chemo, you idiot. Harlan Chemo, a giant, a legend, okay? You want him in your movie? You better make me an offer I'm not ashamed to take to him. How you doing, Al Floss?
Thanks for staying up later. Alex Rocco is with us. His most recent television effort was the role of the agent Al Floss on the famous Teddy Z, but you've been in every television show, I guess, since the mid-'60s, from Batman to Get Smart to Mission Impossible to Mary Tyler Moore to the A-Team to Murder, She Wrote. I mean, you've appeared at one point or another in almost all of them.
Yeah, I did all those. It paid the rent, and I think I did about 300 television shows, mostly the heavy, and just recently I've been doing comedy, thank God. My mom will be proud of me. But I was always the rapist, the looter, the killer, Rockford Files, you know, the hitman. But I sent a couple of kids through college, so.
And of course, when you're not a regular on a series, and that's been the case for most of your career, you're always hoping to get the guest shot, to get the spot, and that means you're always hoping that your agent will have some good news for you when he calls. So have you taken every agent you ever dealt with and exaggerated all their traits to create the Al Floss guy? Because if ever there was an obsequious, amoral, preening, fawning guy, this would be the guy.
Yeah, I think I'm getting even for half the agents that screwed me in Los Angeles. I was with William Morris, I was with a lot of the big ones, and they all had a lot of jewelry, and they all ran off the walls with energy, and I would study them. You know, we love you, we'll get back to you, all that stuff, and I would call them, and I'd be hurting for money. I want to feed my family, and I'd hear the agent in the background, Rocco, I'm not in. And I couldn't wait. When this character came along, I said, I'm going to nail them. I'm going to nail them.
Yeah.
With the help of Hugh Wilson's writing, yeah, the best character I've ever had fun doing was Al Floss.
Hugh Wilson, who created WKRP and Frank's Place, among other programs, puts together the famous Teddy Z. It's almost universally acclaimed by critics. You get an Emmy nomination.
Right. And winning it.
And win it.
Right.
Show goes off the air.
Go figure. Yeah. It's sad. Actually, Hugh came to me a month ago. We're supposed to do a spin-off, and he said, I quit sitcom. I said, what are you talking about? He said, you know, I can't write for the Hogan family. I'll hurt it. I can't write for... And he's not knocking these shows. I mean, he's a very creative guy. When I say he quit sitcom, he's taken a year sabbatical. Most critically acclaimed show in 5 years. I was in the TV Guide 8 straight weeks with the Cheers section, and the numbers were horrible. I mean, we're opposite NFL Monday Night Killer. They were getting 33, we were getting 8.4. And I think because we were with a third-place network, that they didn't have the guts to give us another 13. Yeah. Geez, I hope CBS doesn't put me down for this.
Well, Hugh Wilson, you know, had created Frank's Place, and that also got great critical acclaim and went down the chute, and now this, so no wonder he's discouraged.
Yeah, he really is, and he's one of the most wonderful men I ever worked for. He's now writing the Gettysburg Address, and he wants to try something different. But
hasn't it been done? The Gettysburg Address?
Yeah, it has.
He's trying to update it or what?
I think that's his way of escaping. I really just think, and he'll top whatever was on. I know PBS was a lot of photos. It got a lot of critical acclaim. But I want to go back to work for him. But I must tell you, it's like a Doris Day film. Since winning the Emmy, my plate is full. It's like, it's taking care of the wounds of the cancellation of the show. You know, James Brooks, Norman Lear having meetings. I've never been in that position. Never. They're sending me writers material. Alex, see if this is okay for you. If you think you want them to write. I go like this to my wife. Are they serious?
The character of Teddy was a terrific character. John Cryer's character. Kid from the mailroom, series of circumstances. He becomes the biggest agent in Hollywood. It was a great premise, and it was well played.
And a nice kid, a very classy kid. The problem, I feel bad for John. He was the moral center. I mean, I came in, I had all the great gags. I came in shouting at this kid. and he had to play it straight. I wish that they gave him more, what's the word I'm looking for? To come back at me. I think that would have helped.
A little more
the
of an
show.
edge.
Yeah.
One episode I really enjoyed was the one where you had booked a guy for a role. I forget exactly what the role was, but the guy, as it turned out, was already dead.
Chicky McIntosh. Yeah. Abe Workfinder, who was played by Milton Seltzer, very old man, supposed to be the head of William Morris, had this friend. He says, get him work. Told me this for years. But I forgot he was dead for 2 years. And I got him this job, and I said, he doesn't have to read for it. And Abe kept saying, he's dead, Al. I said, he doesn't have to read for it. He keeps his wardrobe. And it really got funny because the way it was written, he said to me, call the studio and send them a telegram. He's dead. And I said, okay, I know what to do. I'll ask for $20,000 a week. This guy is a very bad actor. Gets maybe $500 a week. They agreed to the 20. The excitement of the agent blood in me started pumping up. I got him to $50,000 a week. And I couldn't let go of that phone. It was like,
Yeah.
And I think a real agent would have done that.
Al, you straightened out the Chicky McIntosh thing?
Yeah. Yeah, I did, Abe.
Good.
I asked for more money. A lot more money.
How much?
I finally went to $50,000 a week. For Chicky McIntosh, $50,000.
They said no, right?
They went nuts. But I hung tough. I don't move 50, so they come back at 25. 25, Abe. So I counter at 37. A tough figure, but not a deal breaker, right? So now I know the hook's in somebody's jaw over there, right? So I demand a Winnebago, full-time limo, and first-class travel for his wife. Is she dead, too?
No.
Well, there's something. Abe, I couldn't help myself. I mean, no agent in this town could have gotten a deal like that for Chicky McIntosh. Nobody.
You closed the deal?
What's the worst episode you ever had with an agent? In real life. If you call any of this real life.
Yeah, I had a couple. I'm trying to think. The worst episode. Well, mostly you catch them in lies. You're going to be in this De Niro film, and you are this close. They are talking money, and I would meet that producer at a party, and he'd say, "Why weren't you up for that?" I wasn't even up for the film, and I would just, I hate to be lied to, and I don't know why agents do that. A lot of them are good. I'm slamming agents. There are some who really do their craft very well.
Yeah. And who care about their clients, you'd hope,
Yeah.
in addition to trying to get them work.
But there's such a breed. It's hard. I enjoy them. I go out of my way. If somebody said, did you see so-and-so's agent? I said, let's go visit him.
What percentage of agents in Hollywood would you say fit or come close to fitting the stereotype? Slick characters, $1,000 suits, pinky
60%.
rings.
60%. I'll tell you something, Bob. We had a cast party for Teddy Z when it previewed.
Yeah.
All agents came. All the agents would come to tape night because they loved the show, and they would say, I got a guy in the office just like that. But they're looking at themselves. But listen to this story. I go with my agent, Bob Gersh, to this huge Columbia TV party, and there's the head of William Morris, CAA, all these big agents, and I'd introduce, I say, hi, Alex, this is Bob Gersh, my agent. They give me a card. Call me. And I said, no, you don't understand. I'm with him. And they go, I do understand. Call me. Didn't blink an eye. I mean, he was hustling me to go over to his side, and my agent was right there. It was like, I looked at my agent, I says, it's the third guy who did that. I mean, they have no qualms about anything.
Hello, Mr. Fox.
What's happening?
Hi, Mr. Floss.
Yeah, right. Here's the deal. My client, Harlan Kevo, is arriving at LAX at 5:37. I want you to go with the limo driver so there's no screw-up. Got it?
Oh, I can't tell.
You go. I don't want one of these ambitious little punk trainees going for you. And listen, no stops. He goes directly from the airport to the Beverly Hills Hotel. Understand?
Al, I'm writing it.
Hey, I don't care what you got to do. Harlan Kevo's the greatest living actor in the American language. He also gets $5 million a movie, of which I get 10%. So don't tell me about your problems, okay?
After all those years of hoping that the phone would ring, what's the worst role you ever took just to get a paycheck? And you knew coming in that it was bad.
Stanley. a movie in Miami where I had to dive into a pool of 38 rattlesnakes for $800. But my third year into the business, and the trainer on the film said to me, they will not hurt you. We've stitched the rattlesnake's mouth, and we devenomized them. Is that such a word? We took the venom out, okay? Yeah. I said, okay, and then they said, roll camera, and I was to dive. I was the owner of a snake factory who made pocket purses and shoes, and this guy was gonna get even with me. So every morning I had a ritual diving into a swimming pool. This morning he put in all these rattlesnakes, and I dove in, and it's freeze frame, and it was the most scariest moment of my life. And they all choked, you know, they don't like chlorine, they don't like, you know, they all went for the drain system, but they all wrapped around my neck, and I was choked. And I heard the director saying, throw in more snakes on Rocco, you know? And I said, I'm gonna get him, you know? But I wouldn't say stop camera. Yeah. So at the end, when I'm supposed to die, there's snakes going through my fingers, and I'm going like this in the pool. Then when they said cut, I went after them.
800 bucks to dive into a pool of rattlesnakes.
Yeah. Hey, it's a wacky business. Who cares?
Was brought up on a side street. Run out of love. Oh, I could eat. I was educated for good stuff. But I started loving. I just can't stop. I was so mad. I was so mad. I was so mad. I was so mad. Got what I got the hard way, and I'll make it better each and every day. So, honey, don't you fret, 'cause you ain't clean for nothing yet. I was so mad. I was so mad. Play it, Steve. I was so mad. I was so mad.
We're back now with Alex Rocco, who won the Emmy for his portrayal of Al Floss in the since-canceled famous Teddy Z, who was Mo Green, who got plugged through the head in The Godfather, and we'll talk about all that in a minute. But first of all, I got a list here of your television credits, and I'm just going to pick some out at random.
Okay.
You give me any impression or thought about what happened.
Okay.
You were in a couple of Batman episodes.
Right.
Who were you?
I know. My character's name was Blockhead, and it was a two-parter with Kato, who was played by Bruce Lee. And that
That's
was
before they spun it off and made the
That's my
Green Hornet
first
his
gig.
own.
That's my first job, Batman. I stole that from, I used to tend bar in a place in Hollywood called the Rain Check Room. And in those days, this guy, Arch, used to get phone calls from a Mike McLean in casting at 20th. And he was in the bathroom, and I picked up the phone, he says, is Arch there? I said, no, he's in Mexico on vacation. I knew he gets these calls. He says, well, I have 2 lines for him on Batman. He says, give it to me. I've done a lot of naked cities. I knew Gold Meadow Studios burned down. It was a gimmick, and they couldn't check out footage. And he says, show up for wardrobe, pays $1.50, $150, and that was my first job. That guy never talked to me again.
And you were the Blockhead?
Yeah, I was a gangster called Blockhead, and I had a fight. Bruce Lee was very sweet. He taught me how to do that stuff.
Holy flypaper, Batman! We've all heard
together through thick and thin. But this time, you're really stuck, Batman, on that undetachable glue pad, while the Green Hornet and his masked companion are being blocked, gummed, and perforated in that machine. You satanic mad Stampman. Satanic, Batman? Who knows? But mad Stampman, perhaps. Behold! Even as we speak, my machine is producing a very rare stamp indeed.
And that's why I got interested in acting, by the way. That 150 was much more... The place where I tended bar was an actor's hangout, and they were very cheap tippers. So 150 looked good, and I said, I'm going to check out this acting.
You went on the Newlywed Game before you were actually a working actor. So it must have been in the early days of the Newlywed Game, 65 or 66.
I'm married 25 years. That was Sandy and I got married. I just got my after card, and if you do a network show, like in your union, they have to give you minimum wage. In those days, it was $77. So I had no money, and I told my wife, let's get on the show. But we never thought we would win everything. And
you did it for the money.
I did it for the money.
Right.
And when we pull into the parking lot, I said, this is off the wall, but who's that guy, Eubanks?
Bob Eubanks.
Yeah, right. Yeah. I said, in case he asks you about your sizes, give it to me. I don't know, 34 breast, 22. That was the winning one to go over the top. He says, Alex, for 35 points, what are your wife's measurements? And this cop and his wife was ahead, like, by 5 points. Yeah. And he didn't talk. What a freak. He wouldn't talk to me after the show. I mean, because he lost. So I won 34, 24, 42. Winner won a TV set.
Well, wait a minute. 34, 24, 42. A winner in one sense.
Well, I don't know what my... Sandy, what the hell's those sizes? I don't know what they are now, but at the time I did know.
And you copped the grand prize.
Everything.
You know, and Bob Eubanks always would say, here's the grand prize selected just for you. And then it would be a TV set, a refrigerator. Like, this is a gift uniquely suited to this particular couple. Like, you'd walk into their house and everyone goes, wait a minute, they've got a refrigerator.
But in my case, it worked, because we just got married, we were stone broke, and I needed a TV set. A year of ship-to-shore blouses did not work for my wife.
Trim, the weight loss plan from the makers of Centrum. Just blend for a delicious shake. Blend longer for a creamy mousse. Or freeze it for a frozen treat. Come on, lose yourself in the taste.
More delicious ways to lose it. Shake it, freeze it, creamy mousse it. You've never been so thin. Introducing Trim. Lose yourself in the taste.
1, 2, 3, 4. 2 dirty socks, oh my, oh me. Let's wash this one with Clorox bleach. This dirty sock, let's take it home and wash it too in detergent alone. Now look at those socks, see what we mean. There's only one way to get them Clorox clean.
Clorox liquid bleach cleans and whitens better than any detergent. No detergent alone cleans and whitens better. Clorox gets out the dirt detergents leave behind.
There's only one way to get Clorox clean.
What if I told you there's a woman waiting to talk to you right now? Not a tape recording, not a message machine, but a real live woman waiting to talk to you. And what if I told you she's beautiful, warm, and understanding, and she really cares how you feel? And what if I told you that all you had to do was pick up your phone and dial the number on your screen? Call the live line now.
10 minutes of adult talk, just $2.50 a minute, adults only.
Have you got something weighing on your mind? A secret or confession you just gotta share? Call the new Confessions line at 1-900-896-0600 and tell it all. Secret fantasies. Call 1-900-896-0600 and hear it all. 1-900-896-0600. $2 the first minute, 95 cents each.
Oh. Is that why you slap my brother around in public? Oh, no, that was nothing, Mike. Now, Mo didn't mean nothing by that. Sure, he flies off the handle once in a while.
We had a little argument Friday night, so I had to straighten him out.
You straightened my brother out.
Well, so thanks very much.
Thank you, Bob.
The return of Night Court Wednesday.